Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Rhythm. What good is all of these guides I've been making if I don't give you guys the very basic build that you need to be working with? So today, I'm gonna give you guys what you've been asking for because I've been looking in the comments, and yes, I do read everything guys, and I really do. And I've noticed that a lot of you guys have been asking for what skill build I'm using, what's the best one out there. And honestly guys, this is one of the most opinion-based things that you could possibly think of, because everybody has a build that works for them. Some builds may work for some people and some builds may work for others. So some people might not like this build, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm currently working with and what I think personally is the best. Now if you have any other kind of opinion, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'd be more than happy to see what your kind of opinions are. And you know, I'm completely open to seeing what other builds that you guys are playing with. So to go ahead and jump straight into things, I'm going to show you guys and open up the tree. I'm also going to post this down in the description below so you guys can copy it if you're lazy and you don't want to watch my video, which you should. Every time you want to watch, just refresh my video. But anyways, so basically I got like the basic build. You know, some people may not like snare, some people may like float, or some people may like boneyard over snare or something. You know, everybody has their own opinions. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you everything I'm choosing, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm not going to go over everything specific. Like obviously you want charged board. If you don't have charged board, you shouldn't be playing Primeval. Basically you need double recurve. I've seen some builds without double recurve, and that's kind of retarded to me. Like 17% damage for 30 minutes, like you need it. Okay, now the reason I like snare is not only does it combo with snipe. If you have somebody in a snare and then you snipe them, they get tripped, which is actually really amazing. A lot of people don't know about this. But not only does it do that, if you read the description, snare also removes all shackle effects from the caster, and then it also inflicts the snare on people, and it reduces like the evasion, the block, and the parry rates. What shackle is, because some people might not know what shackle is it's basically like a disarm. If you've ever been fighting somebody and then for like a good 4 or 5 seconds you can't do anything, you kind of feel retarded, like you can't use any of your abilities, it's not because Arcade is broken, it's because they probably shackled you. Like they probably shadow smited you, or they probably silenced you or something. And there's one good way to get rid of that if you use snare. So as soon as I press this button, I've gotten out of all kind of shackles. I don't have to look stupid. So that's why I really like snare. It's really good. I would take float, and I honestly do like float a lot, but I feel like now that we have all of these abilities and stuff, level 55 doesn't really give us the amount of skill points that we need. You have to kind of like choose very sparingly, which kind of sucks, because I would love to take float. I would love to take boneyard. The only reason I don't take boneyard is because I think it's really good. I'm probably going to take it for world PvP to stop, like, you know, rushes and zergs and stuff. But the only reason I don't like boneyard is because in a 1v1 situation, sometimes the other opponent lags and you'll actually use boneyard and the other person will just straight up walk out of it, and it'll piss you off because this is a, what is it, how long, 45-second cooldown. So it's like, and they just walk right through it. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So I kind of let this out, and I don't want to pick it up because I don't want to rely on something that could possibly fail, not because of me but because of how the game is just made up and people lag and stuff. So I definitely choose snare out of this whole row. I would choose Deadeye, but I really think this is like a PvE skill and like a world PvP skill. I would not use this in a 1v1 situation because you have to stand still for this to work. It gives you a shit ton of ranged attack, okay? This is really good. It'll make you hit like a truck, but you have to stand still, and in a 1v1 situation you don't really stand still. You're kind of just always moving and always trying to kite. But so I wouldn't take it for like arenas and maybe like skirmishes and stuff, but I would definitely take this for world PvP, like if you're on naval or if you're just going on a big zerg v zerg. It's really good. Next up, the reason I choose concussive, because I think this is like bread and butter. What's so beautiful about this ability is that when you use it, the other opponent is shackled. So unless they have like some kind of immunity like liberation or something, they basically are silenced or disarmed for like, I think it's 3 or 4 seconds, and they can't do anything. So it's very good to kind of, you know, tie it in with leech and then right into a concussive, as you see me do in a lot of my videos. Another thing too is I also pick up snipe. Snipe fucking hurts. Like, it is probably your biggest damaging ability, and it does so much damage. It's incredible. So I would definitely pick up snipe. One cool thing that a lot of people might not know about snipe, and I'll probably discuss it in another video, if someone goes stealth while you're casting snipe, and the same thing goes for concussive, but the only reason I'm talking about snipe is because it's longer range, but if someone goes stealth while you're casting snipe, it will automatically track the target. I know it doesn't seem like it should work that way, but it's broken, but it does. If they go stealth and you're casting snipe, it will finish the cast and it'll actually shoot in the direction where they're stealth. Like it'll bring them back out. So it's really cool to have. I think I love it. Down here in the passives, I get the bread and butter. I don't get these two because like you don't need evasion. Honestly, you shouldn't be getting caught. This is something that like if you pick this up, you're just saying that you get caught a lot, which you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to do this in the first place. This is honestly a good skill, but once again, you're just very limited on skill points. Now over here in the Shadow Play tree, I get pretty much the default stuff you need. The reason I don't get Stalker's Mark is once again, we just don't have that many skill points. And I think this is really good if you're fighting a team or a couple of people who have a healer, because whoever you put this on, they're not going to get healed. It reduces the healing by 60%, which is crazy good. So this is really good for fighting people with healers or actually healers themselves. Other than that, it's not really needed in my personal opinion. It does a lot of damage with endless arrows, but like I said, you just don't have that many skill points just to throw out there. Now, one of my favorite abilities in Shadow Play is Throw Dagger. A lot of people underestimate this, and I think it's very good. I didn't use it in my other builds previously when I played Arcage, but now that I've looked into it and things have changed, it's actually a really, really good skill. What I love about this skill so much is that there's a couple of times when you'll actually get caught in a 1v1 situation, and when you are caught in that situation, the only thing you can typically do is like leech or overwhelm Shadow Smite, but if you have Throw Dagger and it actually lands, it makes them move so slow. So if they overwhelm you and you throw this dagger at them, their next ability is so slow they probably won't get it off and you'll get back up. Another thing too is a lot of people don't realize this, but your charged bolt basically combos with anything that has a slow on the target. It'll stun them, and what Throw Dagger does is it puts an insane slow on the target. So what I like to do is I like to backdrop, Throw Dagger, and then I charge bolt, and it actually puts them into a stun. A lot of people don't do this, they don't abuse it, but it's actually really good. So I'll say that once more. You backdrop. You don't need to backdrop. The only reason I'm saying backdrop is because if you backdrop, your throw arrow or your Throw Dagger actually gets longer range. I think it goes from 10 meters to 20 meters. So I usually backdrop, Throw Dagger right into a charged shot, and it'll stun them, which is really good. And now the reason I also picked this up too is I also go for this passive, which gives you 10% critical rate and attack speed plus 31 for 8 seconds after you get a melee or ranged critical hit. And as a Primeval, you're always getting those critical hits, so this is really nice. Gives you a big damage increase. You have this up basically 24/7. Now over here in the Auramancy tree, I probably should have changed this, but instead of Meditate, I don't take Meditate, I actually take Leech. The only reason I have Meditate right now is because I'm doing like a PvE build. I was just grinding out dungeons or something, but everything here is the same, but I grabbed Leech instead of Meditate. You definitely 100% need your Mirror Warp and you need your Teleport. You need as many like getaways as you can. Other than that, nothing in here is really needed that much. This is kind of like the bare minimum that you need. Other than that, these are the ones that you can change up: Shadow Play and Archery. Maybe some people might not like Throw Dagger, and if you don't like Throw Dagger, you don't really need to get this piercing skill. So that frees up 2 points that you could possibly throw into Float and Boneyard, or maybe even Deadeye. So there's some things that you can change up that will still work. To be honest, the best build is a build that works for you, a build that you're comfortable with. So guys, I would really just play with whatever you're playing with. Maybe, you know, you do a way better job than me at doing Boneyards and you love it, and that's perfect because Boneyard is a really good ability. I do not pick up these abilities because they're bad. I just don't have enough points to pick them up. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much the basic build that I'm running with. I've noticed that with this current build, other than the Meditate, I put it into Leech, has been really successful with me. I don't lose very many in my arenas. I think I'm pretty high rated on the arenas that I'm not going to show you guys, but I win, like, I would say 80 to maybe even 90% of my arenas, and that's awesome. I win maybe 80 to 90% of my arenas, like literally in my 1v1s and 2v1s, and I win a lot with this build. It works very well with me. Now the thing is, when you change up your build, you're probably not going to be comfortable to it, and you need to play with it a little bit and get used to the keybinds. You know, you don't need to be looking down here and looking for whatever's off cooldown, and but I would just say play with the build, see what's comfortable with you. I would take my build and kind of build it around whatever kind of player you are. Maybe you like standing still, maybe you like being a turret, and maybe it works for you. So honestly guys, that's all that I have for the build today. Definitely hit that thumbs up button down below if you guys enjoyed the video and this helped you out in some kind of way. And let's see if we can get to, we've been getting honestly way above 100 likes. Let's try to go for over 200 likes in this video, and then I'll start working on the next guide for you guys. I think we could do it, because I think like my video now, like literally today, is like at like 230 likes. So that's crazy. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the support and everything. Definitely leave a comment down below if you guys have any kind of questions, if you're confused about anything or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Yo, what up guys? Definitely subscribe to me if you want to see future content on the bottom right, and a huge thanks to my Patreons for supporting me on my journey.